Hey, what's going on? Listen, what if I told you you can go ahead and live just like the rich and successful people and become wealthy just like them too? Yes. All right. It is no secret. You can do it. It doesn't matter where you are in life, what your financial situation is. You can be able to live just like wealthy individuals by learning the secret of how to play the money game. All right. Listen, there's basic principles and secrets on how you can be able to go ahead and achieve the same success as individuals who are millionaires or multimillionaires. And in this video, I'm going to break down the five basic principles you need to know in order for you to be able to go ahead to play the money game and being able to win in the game as well too. So you definitely want to check out this video. All right, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement. Yep.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for tapping in and checking out the channel. This is Wes Paul, your Blueprint Mastermind. Thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time checking out the channel, this is the channel where we give you the blueprint to success to elevate on credit, entrepreneurship, as well as business as well too. All right, thanks for checking out the video. All right, listen, I'm going to get straight into it. I don't want to waste too much time. As I mentioned earlier before, this is a video that's very important because a lot of people don't understand the principles of the money game. All right, how to play the money game, especially since this is something that's not taught in school. Think about it. Yeah, they teach you on how to make money because you go into school to earn a living for yourself, but they don't give any classes on financial literacy or how to be able to really make money once you get into adulthood, right? And that's obviously based upon the fact that over 97% of Americans in this country retire, and over 60% of individuals in this country live paycheck to paycheck. Although I don't want to diminish any value of earning a living as well as having a 9 to 5 and earning a paycheck. However, most people would realize and understand that just by depending or being beholding upon an employer is not going to be able to achieve the goals that you want in life, especially if one of the goals is financial independence and financial success. So in this video, I wanted to share with you some of the basic principles that the wealthy utilize in their lifestyle or throughout their journey of accumulating wealth to be able to go ahead and learn the money game as well as being able to build generational wealth for themselves. Okay. Now, real quick, if this is your first time tapping in, I just want to say this. Do me a huge favor. Go ahead and give me a quick follow, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to go ahead and build up our channel here and get this out to more individuals, as well as helping YouTube to spread the algorithm. Hit the bell notification. We drop 2 videos per week so you can stay up to date when we do release videos like this. All right, cool. So we're going to get into it. All right. What if I told you almost everybody at one point in their life have been a millionaire? That'd be hard to believe, right? Almost everybody has been a millionaire in their life. And what I mean by that is throughout their life, almost everybody has touched $1 million or close to $1 million. If you think about all of the income that you earn, all of the quick riches that you have come across in your life, you have probably almost touched $1 million. The problem is that we have not been able to save or keep majority of that money. And that's a big difference because there's two different skill sets when it comes to making money and saving money. And these are two polar opposite skills that a lot of us may have understood or gotten down packed on how to make money. But when it comes to saving money, that's a whole different ball game right there, right? As a matter of fact, I want to go ahead and share a quick story with you. I have a friend, he's in a financial services business. He ended up starting up this business the first couple of years, bootstrapping it and everything like that, marketing himself every day, becoming very relentless in building up his business. He was posting on social media all the time. He was out there promoting himself, and he did everything that was necessary to end up building his business to a multi-million-dollar business by its third year. So after the first 2 years of building up, and the third year, he hit the pinnacle. He hit the mountaintop. He thought he was on his way to the level that he was looking to achieve. But it wasn't until shortly after hitting that multimillionaire status that he started to feel like he could let his foot off the gas a little bit. He go ahead and enjoy the fruits of his labor. So ultimately, what he ended up doing was delegating a little more than he was accustomed to. He ended up taking some time off, not promoting so much, and not doing the things that got him to the point of achieving the multimillionaire status. Ultimately, what happened quickly within 6 months, he ended up losing all of his fortune, right? He ended up going through some hard times in the aspect of experiencing embezzlement as far as delegating a little more than he should have, people in his inner circle taking advantage of him. Also, the marketplace was not so nice to him as he was not promoting himself no more. The hard work and effort that he put in, the consistency and everything that got him there, all the traits that had him built his business, he ended up losing it because he got complacent and became lackadaisical once he had achieved that mountaintop. So, point I'm trying to make here is that this is an example of someone who took the steady climb up to achieve success, but it was a quick drop down for him once he was able to get there. Have you guys ever been on a roller coaster, like when you go to Disney World or Busch Gardens? Usually the roller coaster builds up momentum. It takes that slow crawl up before it gets to that point, and the next thing you know, it's whoosh, right? So that's how money can be as well, too, right? You can go ahead and work your entire life to be able to get to that point of accumulating wealth, but you could also lose it just twice as fast or even 10 times as fast than you accumulate it. And the reason why people go through experiences like that, especially athletes, over 70% of athletes end up filing bankruptcy 2 to 3 years after their career. Also entertainers as well too, right? And the reason why is because they have not learned the aspect of the money game. There's rules in life. There's rules when it comes to making money and being able to learn how to keep money as well too. And in this video, I want to share with you the 5 basic principles you need to know, and how to be able to not just make money, but more importantly, how to save money as well too. That is the key point that I'm going to go ahead and try to drill in throughout this entire video, but we're going to cover step by step throughout this entire video here. Okay. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get into these 5 key points, just like any game in life, whether it's a sport, Monopoly, or whatever the case is, there are rules to the game, right? So it's very important that we understand the rules to the game, because the rules to the game will allow us to be able to play the game and participate in the game, but also allow us to be able to win at this game as well too. Okay, so the first rule that I want to share with everybody is the basic principles is earning more than what you spend. All right. That is number one. We're going to talk about learning how to invest, especially in this day and age, the aspects of multiple streams of income, residual income, earning passive income, right? Learning these different types of principles of money is definitely going to help you understand these key principles we're going to discuss in this video, and how you're able to go ahead and win on the money game as well too. Okay. Also, financial literacy, right? This is something that wasn't taught to us in school. And this is why 97% of people is going to end up retiring. There's no if and buts about it. I don't know if this is intentional or if this is just how the system has been for quite some time and nobody cares. But learning financial literacy and having the basic tenets of financial literacy is going to take you a long way. You don't have to go through trial and error to be able to learn how to budget, money management, as well as learning how to save money, because of course, just like everybody else, you're definitely going to make money. The whole key thing is learning how to save it and manage it as well. All right. And also avoiding the common pitfalls. Just like in life, you're going to go through obstacles such as roadblocks, speed traps, and speed bumps and potholes. You don't have to experience that when it comes to making money, right? Of course, just like anything in life, you are going to experience some setbacks, but you want to mitigate the impact and the amount of setbacks that you're going to go through when it comes to dealing with money. And it's very easy because we're going to discuss that in these steps on how you can avoid some of the common pitfalls that people go through when it comes to engaging with money here. Okay, so now that we've laid the foundation of money management, if we're now ready to go ahead and cover the 5 steps on what it takes for you to be able to go ahead and play the money game and win in the money game as well too. Okay, now number one is having a money mindset, right? Having a money mindset is, of course, this is going to be the difference between you winning and losing in this game, right? So this is very important. This is a critical first step here. Rewiring your mind to be able to have a winning attitude, having a winning mindset, right? They never can get ahead, right? They can never be able to get over the hump. They're always going through some type of financial issues. They're always going through something. They're not just being able to make enough for them to be able to get by. Guess what? That's because they lack a money mindset, right? And you don't want to be one of those individuals. In one of my other previous videos, if you check out where I give you the 4 steps in building your personal blueprint, step number 3, I talked about taking action and attracting positive energy. So you want to be able to rewire your mindset to have a positive energy, especially when it comes to your relationship with money. Okay. And by doing so, it's going to go ahead and put you in a position to be on the winning team or the losing side when it comes to having money. Okay. Also, having a long term vision. Now, this is very important because this is hard in this day and age, especially when it comes to social media and everything, where instant gratification is such at an all time high. You don't want to fall into that common pitfall there, right? You want to have short term goals, medium term goals, and long term goals, right? Your short term goal could be from 0 to 12 months, mid-term goals can be from 1 year to 5 year, and your long term goals can be 5 to 10 years. So the key question here is, what is your long-term goal? Your long-term goal is going to dictate what your mid and your short-term goals is, right? So like the old cliches say, you definitely want to begin with the end in mind. So your long-term goal can be building generational wealth, being able to go ahead and get entrepreneurship, start your own business, investing in real estate, or it could be just to have financial freedom, being able to travel more, spend more time with your family. There's no wrong answer when it comes to this. The key thing is being able to go ahead and recognize what that long-term goal is, write it down, and being honest with yourself when it comes to this goal, because therefore you'll be able to go ahead and establish your mid and short-term goals that's going to help you get to that point. And again, this is all part of creating that money mindset, part of step 1, so it can put you in a position to be able to have a better relationship with money. And also, part of wealth affirmations. This is a very key important thing here. Wealth affirmations, reminding yourself, having that winning attitude, visualizing success. What you repeat in your mind, what you say every day, what you think every day, these are powerful things, right? These are living, breathing things. Your words and your thoughts are living, breathing things. Always remember that. So, what you put in here ultimately is going to manifest itself in your world. Okay. So if you're reminding yourself every day that you're going to make it, that you're going to go ahead and hit that milestone, you're going to be successful, you're going to go ahead and be a good steward, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Guess what? If you are consistent enough, if you're determined enough, guess what? The world of karma and the world of the universe is going to reward you. You're going to receive it. But of course, it all begins in your mind. You have to wire your mind to be able to receive these things. If you're not in a position to receive it, guess what? You're in a position to repel it, and you definitely don't want to do that. Okay. So, again, following these critical steps is definitely key to step number 1 to having a key money mindset. All right. So, now Step number two is pretty obvious, but of course, we got to say it anyway. And number two, which is making money. If you want to play the money game, you got to learn how to make money, right? So, making money, which is key after you've went ahead and set the foundation of having a money mindset. And key number one is, of course, especially in 2024, is learning how to be able to make multiple streams of income. We're in 2024, guys, going into 2025. This is 1984. Multiple streams of income is a necessity if you want to be able to go ahead and achieve to that next level. All of the wealthy people do it. Rarely do you see, if not, I can't really name any successful multimillionaire or billionaire out there who have solely depended their wealth on one stream of income. Okay. So now, of course, there is value in working a 9 to 5, earning a paycheck, because you do have to earn a life and everything like that. But increasing your revenue by side hustles or investing, starting a business, getting in entrepreneurship, especially nowadays, is so easy how you can tap into side hustles where you don't even have to put that much energy and effort. And even if it's a few couple $100s a month, at least you're setting yourself up to be able to earn a little more than what you're taking in from your 9 to 5, or setting yourself in a position to earn multiple streams of income. Okay. Also, here's a key thing in the money game is the art of budgeting, right? The budgeting is also a key component of being able to make money, right? It's not about how much you take in, it's about how much you can keep, right? So a lot of us don't know how much of our expenses are. A lot of us don't know how much unnecessary expenses we have on a monthly basis. I challenge you to do this, right? What I would want you to do to be able to go ahead and really get this key component down, write down all of your expenses on a sheet of paper and write down your income, right? Now, if you're always in a position where you're falling short every month, you're having to borrow from Paul to pay Peter, you're constantly paying late fees and everything like that, guess what? Write down your expenses. Just take a quick second, write down your expenses, everything, whether it's and we could go from the necessities such as your rent, your car note, your insurance, groceries, everything like that, to even down to the smallest things such as going to Starbucks every other day to get that latte. And then you'll see what are some of the things that you can cut out in life that will help you be able to go ahead and get your expenses below your income. That's the goal here, is budgeting here, right? And you can cut out a lot of things in your life. You don't actually would say cut it out permanently, but this is a temporary solution that you're doing. This is a temporary step that you're taking. So you'll be able to go ahead and set yourself up to earn more income. So when the time is right, when you're in a better position, not only will you be able to add these things back on as expenses, but more importantly, you'll be able to do it at a higher level as well too. That's something to keep in mind. Also, cash flow. All right, this is very important. Some people may say cash is king. Some people may say credit is king. I go ahead and disagree with both sides. I'm going to tell you cash flow is king. All right. It doesn't matter how much money that you come across. It's about how much residual money that you can keep coming in, right? A lot of people come up in a pile of money or may get lucky to come up on some large sum of cash. But guess what? Are you consistently having that cash come in? Also, credit. It doesn't You can have credit, you can leverage credit, but unless you have the cash flow to repay the credit that you've spent, you're going to put yourself in a real bad position, right? So it's very important to understand cash flow, which goes back into the point of residual income, increasing your side hustle, increasing the amount of money that you're able to make. It's not about time. Time is a finite resource that we have, but you can increase the amount of streams of income by spending your time wisely. All right. So, also automation. This is the day and age in 2024, especially with so many tools and resources that's available to us. Automating your savings, as well as investing. This is very important, especially a lot of us that may struggle with this point in making more money, because a lot of us may be caught in a rat race or in the cycle of just spending our money on a certain bill or product or service, whatever that case may be, right? Guess what? To help lessen that problem or to help alleviate that problem, you can automate your savings. Opening up a savings account restricts you from a certain amount of transactions per month, and just automate a portion of your income into that savings account, or automating a portion of your income into that investment account. There's apps such as Robinhood and everything like that, where you'll be able to go ahead and put into different investments and everything like that, and you don't even touch it, you don't even realize it. And guess what? You'll see how over the course of time you'll just build up, build up, build up. And guess what? You're setting yourself up in this position on key number two when it comes to making money. All right. So I hope you guys are following along. Hope I'm not going too fast here. But what I'm definitely sharing with you guys is nothing new that the rich and the successful have been able to achieve for themselves.
If your credit ain't high and it's actually down, the time to take action is now. Yeah. If your credit ain't high and it's actually down, the time to take action is now. Go get control of your credit, go and repair.
Listen, I've been getting a lot
down. Oh yes, to show you the leverage, just so you can get a new rider. Go get you a house, just so you don't feel despair, you don't feel embarrassed. It's right, so go get it done now. Don't survive through the week, go improve, get it up. Want a life full of freedom to do what you want. He's a guy that you need, he's a dude that you want. Not 5 minus 3, that's 2, number 1. Guy you will see, if you hit him up, he'll help with devotion. This I am sure of. Updates, promotions, discounted courses. Work with him anywhere, buddies in Florida. Credit will get repaired, yes it will.
Okay. Number 3 is, of course, learning to leverage debt as well as credit. Now, this is very important, especially in America. I say this all the time. Credit is the most important financial tool you will possess in this country, bar none, hands down. This society, everything is based upon credit. You have to learn how to leverage credit to be able to get to that next level. OPM, using other people's money, using credit to be able to get you to that next level. And of course, leveraging debt. Now, there's a difference between good debt and bad debt, right? Good debt is necessary to be able to leverage into that next step, like credit, right? And good debt could be investing in things such as real estate, business loans, business credit. These are all things that are considered good debt. Now, bad debt, consumer debt that usually harms everybody. And that's things such as mortgages, cars, credit cards. These are the consumer debt that usually overwhelms us and gets us into trouble. You don't want to fall into the situation where consumer debt is so high, you get yourself where you're delinquent or you're not able to get yourself out of a hole that you probably have created for yourself. So it's very important that you understand the difference between consumer debt and also building. Credit is a tool, guys. Again, it's the most important tool you will possess in this country. Also, it's a necessary tool. All right. Remember this, credit is a necessary tool in this country. Even the rich and wealthy utilize credit to be able to leverage building and accumulating wealth. Think about it. You have multimillionaires and billionaires that could afford the homes that they live in or the homes that they own, right? They could strictly pay cash for it, but rarely none of them do. What they do, they take mortgages out. Also, when they invest in a business, 9 times out of 10, they can go ahead and buy out the business outright. But what do? They typically go to a lender, go to a bank, and get a loan to be able to go ahead and purchase the business or get into this particular business venture. And of course, that is the way how business is done. That's how they do it. That's how you want to do it. You never want to put yourself 100% at risk or use your entire personal wealth to be able to go ahead and build and accumulating wealth. That's just not the way that the rich and wealthy do it. So guess what? We're not reinventing the wheel. You should do it as well too. Okay. So credit is a tool, and learning how to build and maintain credit is definitely a key component in learning how to leverage debt as well as utilize credit to help you get to winning the money game as well as learning how to play the game as well. All right. So that is the third step. Now, the fourth step in being able to play the money game is learning how to invest your money. Now, this is very important because by this point, you've already learned the steps on how to being able to rewire your mind, being able to go ahead and start making some money and leveraging your money. So now you want to go ahead and invest it, right? And the basic principles of investing, such as you want to learn, first of all, learning about investment. And that could be different asset classes or different investments, whether it's stocks, real estate, entrepreneurship. It doesn't matter. Finding out what is the best investments for you and getting into it is a key component. Again, all of the rich and wealthy have made their fortune in investing, but not only have they made their fortune in investing, but they've also diversified into it as well, which ultimately is going to bring you into the world of compound interest, right? Compound interest, which if, I think Warren Buffett said best, is the eighth wonder of the world, because what you're doing now, you're getting into the world of passive income. This is where you're having your money work for you. You're not working for money. Okay. And like I mentioned earlier, how you can automate your saving. Once you start automating your savings or start getting into the world of investing, then what's going to happen is that you are now being able to get into the higher brackets of receiving compound interest. First, it's going to start off small, but the more that you're investing, you'll see that it's going to be doubling, tripling, quadrupling itself on a year in, year out basis until you get to the point where it's, wow, I started off by putting X amount of dollars in. Now I have this amount of money. And again, that's all by the power of compound interest. All right. Also, diversification. Now, this is so important right here, right? Because you don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. This is so important because we never know what life can bring you. We never know what tomorrow brings. Think about it. Just a few years ago, we went through a global pandemic where the entire country was shut down. Everybody was forced to stay inside their house, right? None of us never would have imagined something like that, especially in our lifetime, right? So you never know what life brings. So you never want to put all of your eggs in one basket, especially when it comes to your money as well, too. You want to diversify. You want to go ahead and allocate bits, bits and portions of your investment into whether it's stocks, mutual funds, precious metals, commodities, real estate, whatever the case may be. I've seen too many examples, and this is largely in the crypto crowd, where you hear a crypto millionaire making all of his fortunes overnight, but you don't hear the story of the hundreds and thousands that have lost their money overnight because they put all of their money into this one hot crypto stock that they heard of, that this coin was going to go to the moon, right? Hodl to the moon. Next thing you know, that they're hodling down with nothing. All right. So you don't want to be one of those individuals. You want to diversify your portfolio. You want to go ahead and have diversification when it comes to step number four in investing your money. All right. It's all about risk and reward, right? Yes, those that take a risk, there's a high reward, but also it's a big loss as well too if you end up striking out. All right. Now, which gets us to step number five, the last step that I want to share in this video. This is a very important step because by this point, you've already learned how to go ahead and rewire your mind. You have your money mindset. You learn how to make money. You've learned how to leverage it. You've now learned how to invest it. And this is the most critical part here as well, is learning how to protect your money, because all the rich and wealthy have definitely master this arc right here, because of course it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you can keep. So learning how to protect your money is hand in hand when it comes to keeping your money, right? And there's a lot of mechanisms as well as safeguards you can put in place to help protect your wealth as you're accumulating it. Number one, having insurance. And this goes across the board, whether it's health insurance, life insurance, car insurance, it doesn't matter. I can assure you, every successful person out there has some form of insurance for every asset that they possess. And of course, that is right there is protecting their wealth, protecting their assets. So again, I'm not teaching you anything, or I'm sharing anything with you guys that the rich and successful is not doing already or have done so when it comes to building their wealth. Okay. Also, estate planning, right? Now, this is also very important because this is something that a lot of us may not want to talk about until we or we're afraid to speak of. But we never know when our time is going to come. So you want to go ahead and be prepared by having things such as a will in place, having a trust in place, making sure that your whole estate planning is in order. Because the last thing you want to do is, God forbid, that you have to leave this earth, that you have a lot of infighting amongst family members, friends, consultants, or individuals that part of your success start fighting for riches. And more importantly, they don't end up misusing the money, the good intentions that you had in place for your wealth that you was looking to build. So estate planning is also very important when it comes to protecting your money as well too. All right. And also, last and not most important when it comes to this step is tax strategies, right? Now, listen, I'm not telling you to evade your taxes here, man. I'm not telling you to not pay Uncle Sam. You got to pay the man, right? What I'm saying is mitigating the amount that you got to pay to. Okay. So this is very important as well, too. All right. Listen, what's the old cliche? Two things that are certain in life: death and taxes. So being able to go ahead and learning tax strategies or taking advantage of different tax strategies is going to be extremely beneficial. We've all heard the stories of the uber rich and wealthy, such as the Donald Trumps and so on and so forth, where they pay very minimal in taxes. Matter of fact, there's a rumor that Donald Trump paid less in taxes than the average American at a certain point in his career, right? But guess what? You can't blame him. He didn't write the tax code. The tax code is there for a reason. Tax credits, opportunities that you can take advantage of. Listen, information is not power, it's the application of information that's power, right? So being able to apply these tax strategies when it comes to protecting your wealth is definitely going to help mitigate the amount that you got to give to Uncle Sam, put more money back in your pocket, which are part of playing the game and building wealth. All right. So listen, guys, those are the 5 tips and strategies that all of the wealthy uses, not in just in this country, all across the world, to use for them to be able to build and maintain their wealth. All right. And for them to be able to get to the level and status that they're currently in right now. Number one is having the money mindset, right? Definitely having that mindset, visualizing success, putting themselves in the position to be able to attract. Wealth is not going to come to you unless you put your mind in the position to attract wealth. The mind is going to move the body, is going to dictate your thoughts, dictate your words, dictate your everything, your entire world. So you want to put yourself in the mindset to attract wealth. All right. Number two, be making money, right? Again, we are in a day and age where multiple streams of income, residual streams of income, passive income, these are all popular terms that everyone's using nowadays. And this is what the rich have been able to master, being able to use multiple streams of wealth to be able to achieve wealth. Of course, you want to go ahead and master one specific skill set, one specific art, or one specific trade that you're great in, and utilize that trade to leverage into multiple streams of income. I'm not saying right out of the gate to get into a bunch of different things. Of course, that could lead you to a path of destruction. What you want to do is master one thing and use that to leverage into others. Okay. Number three, leveraging debt and credit. All right. Credit is the most important tool you're going to possess in this country, using other people's money, not falling into the common pitfalls of consumer debt. Consumer debt is no good. It's just going to have you accumulate more and more debt that is not going to be able to replicate itself, not going to be able to get you to the point of earning more money, right? So avoiding the things, the pleasures that's just not going to help you out, right? So learning to know the difference between good debt and bad debt is very key. And once you've learned that, then use other people's money using credit and building credit to be able to go ahead and leverage your wealth as well too. All right. Number four, investing your money, right? Because now, well, at this point, you want to go ahead and start having the money work for itself, because now you don't want to work so hard for money. Learning to diversify, not putting so much risk into one asset class. Diversifying is very important nowadays, guys. Also, learning the basic parts of investing, whether you're what's very comfortable for you. There's a lot of when it comes to investing, if you're not too comfortable, I highly encourage you get with a professional, get with an investment advisor, or get with a group that's you've seen some level of success. There's a track record of success. Getting with them to be able to go ahead and diversify your investments. And last but not least, of course, like I just mentioned, protecting your money. Okay. Once you have followed the first four steps, the fifth step is pretty much automatic, is protecting your wealth. One thing about me, I'm big on this particular step here, because you want to make sure, again, it's not about what you make, it's how much you can save, learning the different tax strategies, having assurance, making sure you have the proper mechanisms and safeguards in place for your wealth as you're accumulating it as well too. Okay. All right, guys. So man, if you made it to this point in the video, you definitely have put yourself in a position to be able to go ahead and play the money game as well as win in the money game as well too. Listen, this is I'll be honest with you, this is not the entire recipe. This is not the entire sauce. This is not going to give you everything that you need to be able to go ahead and achieve multimillionaire status or achieve financial independence. But what it does, it puts you in a position, it gives you the framework, the blueprint to be able to achieve the same level, to be able to play the game of wealth as well as have a better relationship with money. By following these five key steps, you can't leave anyone out. By following each and every one of them, I guarantee you, you will see in no time how you're able to go ahead and change your life around and put yourself in a better relationship with money and not being losing every year when it comes to money. Listen, if there's anybody that's qualified to talk about this topic, I am one of them, right? Because I've been on both sides of the fence. I've been on a situation where I've had a lot of money, and I've maybe been in a situation where I've lost a lot of money. And anybody who has followed my journey knows that after the pandemic, I've went ahead and got into the world of credit repair, gotten results on that, and leveraged that skill set and that knowledge to starting my credit repair company, and then leveraging into becoming a fintech owner, also becoming a serial entrepreneur and investing in different businesses and achieving the level of success that I have achieved to this day. If I can do it, you can do it, right? There's nothing special about me. I'm a first generation American. I wasn't taught financial literacy in school. I didn't have a silver spoon fed to me throughout life. So guess what? I really take no excuses from anybody, because guess what? Nobody's gonna nobody's gonna do it for you except yourself. So you have to be able to take that first step, like I said, the mindset. And once you have the mindset, everything else will follow. And thanks for staying. If you've gotten great value out of the video, do me a huge favor. Go ahead and hit the like button, right? The more likes we get, YouTube know that we're doing something. You dig? All right. Also, hit the bell notification so you stay up to date when we drop videos like this. I do it twice a week. Thinking about doing it 3 times a week. So the only way I'm gonna do it 3 times a week, you gotta drop it in the comment. Let me know in the comment section if you feel in the video that you want more game like this, and I'll go ahead and boost it up to 3 times a week. So I really would appreciate that as well too. Okay. Also, check out the Blueprint Movement community. It's a new community that we're launching where we want like-minded individuals to be able to share in the level of financial success, independence, and financial freedom. You can do so by checking out the website down below, putting your email in our email list, and you can stay up to date when different events, newsletters, as well as other dope stuff that we have coming out. All right. Appreciate you for staying to the end of this video. It is a little longer than anticipated, but guess what, man? We don't put no time limits or we don't put no cap when we're giving game out to individuals. So as always, guys, stay safe, stay dangerous out there, and then we're going to catch you on the flip side. Peace.
Blueprint, yeah. Blueprint. This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it, cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement. Yep, West Paul with Blueprint. This guests are exclusive. Get on and tune in and then learn some new tips about credit, finance, investment. A nice chance to get rich and buy land. Flip it, quick 9 bands. Learn all the skills from Wes, he did it. Learn how to build successful business. Run up a mill and get the digits. Run up a mill. Look, safe place where guests are speaking. Based off financial freedom. All facts, no cap, believe it. Podcast, you have to see it.